It's late afternoon now. A few hours ago, I moved myself out in the sun, and with my back to the sun, I fell asleep for a little while. I dreamed, had a lucid dream for about an hour and a half. It helps to restore me. I like to dream. In my dream, I was still walking, I was getting about. It was kind of an unusual dream, but I'll spare you the details. You have to dream, you need to refresh your mind. Uh, it was an interesting dream. I'll spare you the details. So I moved back in a position here under the tree. Actually, everybody left me alone for hours. They've had very little. Right now, there's only one vehicle at the drive-through and one vehicle over there that's leaving right now. Starbucks hasn't had much business today. I wonder why. And I had just sat here and ate a few cheese sticks when I decided I needed something sweet. I needed a big burst of calories, and that means a can of sweetened condensed milk. And I got up out of my chair and I went around back and was fetching it out of my ditch bag when a car pulls up right in front of me, and a man who's at least 10 to 20 years my senior gets out and comes bearing, he actually addresses me as "Hey dude," which tells me he's been around. Because normally, well, younger people address me as sir. And he was handing me one of the 7-Eleven. They have it's a cherry cheesecake. I wasn't about to refuse it. It only cost him about $1. $1 is exactly. They've been on sale for months. I didn't want to tell him or lecture him about the fact that the cheese inside of the cheesy substance inside is just almost pure palm oil, and that the crust is made out of palm oil, and it certainly made me sick. And this is one of those moments that you need to show grace and respect. I graciously accepted. It's in my trash bag at the moment. I doubt he's one of my viewers. But I graciously accepted a gift of food from an elder. He is definitely my elder. He was able to get out of that car, not vigorously, but he was able to get out of that car and make his way to me and show me the kindness of bringing me something sweet to eat. And it would have been so rude of me to have rejected him or tried to lecture him about my food intolerance, but I just accepted it. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. And it was only $1. So I sure as shit wasn't going to now, if I may take the time, just a couple more minutes here. I've been trying to watch a movie that I think I've heard of. It's called The Fountain with Hugh Jackman, and I think that's Rachel Weisz. That's not Keira Knightley. That's Rachel Weisz. And to tell you the truth, it reminds me of, because of the jumping back and forth between. There's another movie that I found equally as annoying, which was Cloud Atlas. Cloud Atlas like jumped from body to body, starred Tom Hanks. It jumped from race to age, and although I believe it begins in the future and then it kind of ends in the future, I can't tell you what it's about because these movies appear to be more about kind of mysticism and vague, random themes, and more about visual beauty, visual beauty of the movie than anything that I can at the moment concretely put my hands on, because the movie I'm watching right now, it's a lot of it is kind of mystical mumbo jumbo, and that's what they're selling. And some of it is real hard to embrace. It's you'd have to watch the movie yourself and make your own conclusion, but pardon me. Actually, the traffic's only a tiny fraction of what it was during the Festival of Avarice. And I needed that little bit of dream. Wish I could find a movie in which they put as much effort and money into it, but we'll see how the movie ends. It has a biblical thing. It may be more the movie The Fountain may have more meaning to it than Cloud Atlas, which I can't remember any consistent thematic trail throughout that entire long ass movie. It was like 2.5 hours of just all over the place. So that's my brief review of two movies and a brief mention of the fact that at least I did, and I did bless him as he got back in the car, because you could tell it was no mean feat, I think is the term. It was no low accomplishment for him to get out of that car and get to me, especially over uneven ground. He went to great effort to put a little sweet into my hand, into a young man's hand. I'm guessing his age was closer to 90. What caught me off guard was he addressed me as, "Hey, dude." The minute he did that, anyway, in less than 9 minutes, that's pretty much been my afternoon, dreaming, being given a sweet by a 90-year-old man, and trying to make sense out of a movie that jumps back and forth through ages and mysticism and adventure, and is highly reminiscent of Cloud Atlas, except without the musical piece. Anyway, I hope y'all have enjoyed this lovely afternoon in Texas. At least I knew I would sleep, and they left me alone long enough for me to sleep. I think they could tell I was asleep. I know the guy who shoved me in the neck knew I was asleep. Otherwise, I don't think that coward would have had the courage to do it. That was months ago. That was then. This is now. I'm just wondering if it'll be windy tonight. And there's the hypochondriacs. There's actually more hypochondriacs at the hypochondriac clinic than there are coffee drinkers at Starbucks. That's the current state of affairs. In less than 10 minutes, I'm out.